What's going on, everyone, and welcome to Cyberpunk 2077. My name is Cerebro and I am the co-creator behind Silverbakk Gaming, or this lovely Silverbakk community that we are building for all types of gamers. So if you would like to join, it's as easy as hitting the subscribe button, and then we have a Discord channel and we have a Discord server coming very soon. We also have more guides for games like Cyberpunk 2077 and other games that you love as well, so feel free to check those out. But right now I'm going to show you guys the best way in the game. I guarantee it's the best way in the game, legitimate best way to make thousands and thousands and quite literally possibly 100,000 eddies or dollars within, you know, under an hour if you do this approach or you do this process. So what we're going to do is I'm going to share with you how to do it, and then if you guys find it helpful, again, leave a like and subscribing will help, and I appreciate that so much. So with that being said, let's talk about a couple of things that you need to set up before you can actually do this. So if you go to your character, you want to make sure that your technical ability is up to at least level 14. So make sure that you have some perk points available so that way you can upgrade that to level 14. Now, once that's at level 14, you want to make sure that you have mechanic unlocked. This is going to allow you to gain more components when you're disassembling. You want to make sure that you have ex nihilo. I probably butchered that and I apologize, but this is going to grant a 20% chance to craft an item for free. Next, we have workshop, and this is a passive. You can upgrade it 3 times, but it will grant a possible 15% chance to gain a free component of the same quality as the item that's being disassembled. Also, on top of that, we need cost optimization. This is going to reduce the component cost of crafting items by 30%, and that's going to be a big one, so make sure that you max that out. So as you can see, I have all of them maxed out where need be. Now, one other thing I do want to point out is that you want to make sure that you have true craftsman. Of course, this is going to be the first one that you can unlock, but this is going to allow you to craft rare items, and I'll actually explain why later on. Okay, so once that's done, what you need to do is make sure that you head over to your apartment. As you can see here, I'm in a lovely Night City, and then I'm right outside of my apartment. So this is where you're going to be doing most of this at. But once you're inside of your apartment, what I would actually recommend is you go to your stash, and then inside of your stash, try to put everything over here that you possibly can. We want to make sure that we want to free up as much room as possible, because we need to have as much weight available, I guess you'll say, for us to carry a lot of items. So once you do that, as you can see here, my character is basically naked. Then we can go outside. Now, once you're outside, there's 2 things that I want to point out. One is going to be obviously the little kind of store over here where you can sell different items. This is where we're going to sell our items after we craft them. And then over here are going to be 2 vending machines. Well, there's actually more than 2, but there's only going to be 2 that we're going to focus on. So these 2 in the right corner, as you can see, each item is going to cost 10 eddies and then 10 eddies. You don't want to buy from these ones 5 eddies and then 5 eddies. You only want to buy from these 2 ones. Now, there are 3 options. I usually do the megalopolis. I haven't really tested or used the other ones. But what you want to do is go ahead and buy as many as possible. So that actually dumped quite a bit. Now, what I will say is that these are random. Sometimes you'll be able to buy, you know, 10. Sometimes you'll be able to buy, I don't know, 30, 40. It's really random on how many you can buy before it's actually sold out. But the great thing about it is that obviously you have one right next door to it. Okay, so as you can see there, I don't know how much I spent. I think like 800-900, right? So I spent 800-900. What we're going to do is actually pick this up. And keep in mind, again, we spent 800-900. Try to pick these up as fast as possible. And I think that's it. Now, what you want to do from here is go to your crafting. And then in crafting, you should be able to craft green items and then common ones, right? Which are going to be the gray. So for starters, the 2 ones that we're going to be focusing on are the Nikomata, which is going to sell for $408, as you can see right there on the right. And it's going to cost 20 common item components and then 16 uncommon item components. And if your numbers aren't right here or match mine, and if your numbers don't match mine here, again, make sure that you go to your character and make sure you go to the technical abilities and apply all of the ones that I explained earlier in the video. So besides this sniper, we're also going to focus on this shotgun as well right here, which is going to cost 26 common item components Again, we get a discount from 40 to 26 because of our perks. This is actually only going to sell for 168, but honestly, that's not that bad. So what you need to do, and I actually skipped a step here, I apologize, is go to your inventory and go to the megalopolis. So what you can see is that we actually have 52 here. So we bought 52, so that's actually only 520. And then what we're going to do is we're going to dismantle. Now the cool thing about this is that you can dismantle all of them at once. And then on the right side of the screen, you'll actually see uncommon items, common items, etc. being added to your inventory. And now we have 718 common item components. And then we have 1,060 uncommon item components. We're going to go back over to crafting. And then in crafting, again, if you guys don't have a lot of uncommon item components, those are going to be the green ones. What I would recommend you do first is you start crafting these double barrel shotgun ones, the DB4 Igla. And we'll craft quite a few. And I'll actually show you guys what would happen if I only did this one. And then obviously, if you look at the top left, we're also gaining quite a bit of crafting XP as well. It doesn't jump the bar up, you know, a lot. You don't get a lot of XP, but it does quite a bit over, you know, a certain amount of time. So what you're going to do is go back to the selling station and then just sell all of them. Okay, and we made quite a hefty profit here. We only spent $500. And I honestly don't even know how much we made, but it's definitely apparent that we made more money, way more money than we spent, actually a couple thousand. So with that being said, you'll also notice that right here, it only has 3,900 left. So what we're going to do, and this is very important, in order to repeat this process, you'll see here that these are sold out. So what you need to do, okay, so we made $3,500. What you need to do is save your game. Game is saved, and then you can just go ahead and load it right back up. Okay, so once your game is loaded back up, you'll actually notice that these have been refilled. You'll see the, you know, 10 eddies and 10 eddies, and then we're just going to buy more. Now, as you can see there, that only gave us 3. Maybe this side will give us more. Okay, so we didn't get as many as we did last time, and again, the numbers are random as far as how much they give you. So if you feel like you didn't get a good amount that time, just save your game, load it back up, and then the amount that it'll give you will actually change. So what you can do, and again, we're just going to go to our backpack, and then we're going to sell these. We only got 19 this time. Now, after a while, once you keep repeating this process, you'll notice that you have a lot of uncommon item components. So what I would recommend you do at that point is that you then go to the sniper rifle, the Nikomata, and then you start crafting this. This is going to make your profits increase dramatically. I tried to say that as dramatic as possible, but let's go ahead and craft quite a few of these. And I'll show you guys where the money really starts to kick in. Now you could just do the double barrel shotgun and still make quite a bit of money. But you know, after a while, once you have the uncommon items, I would just switch over to the sniper because it sells for 400 eddies, so. All right, so now we're just going to sell these. I think we were at 115,000. Okay, so now the vendor doesn't have enough money. Now, in order to actually make this have more money, instead of saving and loading your game, what you need to do is just skip ahead 24 hours. So we'll go ahead and we'll skip ahead 24 hours. And then we'll go ahead and it should have 20 grand back in there. So then you can just start selling your stuff again. So we went from 115,000 to 122,000 within, you know, a really short amount of time and made $7,000 profit very easily, very repeatable. Again, in order to make this go back to 20,000 after you've depleted it, you need to just go ahead and wait 24 hours. And then for the vending machines, you just have to save and load. So again, these are now back in order and we're just going to repeat this process. So that's what I've been doing for maybe 20 or 30 minutes and I already have, you know, over $100,000. It's a very, very easy and repeatable process. So I hope it works for you guys that are looking for it. And again, I honestly think this is probably the best way to make money in the game. That is legit, that is easy to do, that is repeatable, and can be done literally within, you know, 10 to 20 feet of your apartment. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope you found this video helpful and enjoyable, and if you did, before you return to your game and become a millionaire, go ahead and like and subscribe this video. I'd very much appreciate that. Again, we have a Discord server coming very soon for our community to kind of come together and hang out and chill and talk to one another. With that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next Cyberpunk video. Have a great weekend. Peace.